Have you ever read a sentence or a phrase and instantly felt it change you without really understanding why? Well, it happened to me. And that phrase was, man is the measure of all things. Now, when I first read that in my early years of high school, the meaning of the phrase completely eluded me. I had no idea. But what I did know was that it would become a cornerstone of my life. You see, when I was younger, I was haunted by this nagging question. Is this really it? Is waking up, going to school, doing my homework, coming home, eat a bit, go to soccer practice, rinse and repeat, year in, year out, is this really it? So I felt a strong disconnect with what we could call, I guess, modern life. And I also believed at the same time that I am, as a human, more than what I was being told, or that we're told. And I strongly believe that, and I still do. Now, I wasn't the odd one out of the bunch per se. I could get along with my peers quite well, and at the same time, I didn't really fit in. So I was in this strange middle ground. You could say from the outside looking in. Part of it and not quite. I also had a great interest in history. It's not surprising because I was trying to figure out myself, the world, and my place in the world. And I graduated as a historian, so that's the main theme in my life. And studying history, and not just any history, but very specific time periods, civilizations, and the people in those times and periods, only seemed to validate what I was missing, that mystery, that exploration, and a deeper sense of knowledge, wisdom, and I guess you could say truth. Another thing, I started training some time ago, can't exactly pinpoint physical training, and that's when I stumbled upon something profound, another profound thing, and that is what we now call the body and mind connection. I became acutely aware of the fact that as I cultivate my body, it significantly influences my mind. What I feed my body has an effect on my state of mind, and likewise the things I think whilst training or in life in general affects my physical state of being. So here I was with this innate sense of there being something more, that strong belief that I as a human am much more than what I felt I was being told, and then this direct experience of there being actually more than meets the eye. That's when curiosity turned to commitment, pursuit of human potential, and unlocking that in myself and the people eventually I would work with, because that's what I wanted to do. I want to work with people. I strongly believe in the power of people. So I started studying all these various disciplines, philosophies, religions. I studied Stoicism to learn about the virtue of discipline. I studied New Thought, Neville Goddard, James Allen, Wallace D. Wattles, to learn about the creative power of thought and the mind. I studied Zen Buddhism to come to experience presence and to transcend the confines of the mind, and a whole lot more. And all these teachings, all these philosophies, all these things all contained a piece of what I was looking for, but I was missing one thing, sort of unifying thread, so to speak, that unified all these fragmented bits and pieces that I stumbled upon in my search. Until I found alchemy, and alchemy, in other talks I'll explain more about that, what it means, but it's basically Western esotericism. And when I stumbled upon it, everything all of a sudden started to make sense. I found this sort of language that that allowed me to connect all these pieces together into a coherent whole. And to come back to that initial phrase, now throughout all these years, from little kid to the person I am right now, I finally have come to an understanding of that one single phrase, man is the measure of all things. And that is that a deep understanding and knowledge of the self is the key to universal knowledge. And it was also something that was inscribed above the door, the entrance to the temple of the Oracle of Delphi in ancient Greece. And it's not by chance, and I think I stumbled upon precisely that what they meant with that phrase. And that is what I want to contribute in my talks here in Toastmasters too. Thank you very much for listening, and yeah, that's it.